Hello, my name is Patrick McGinnis, and welcome to Tuscarora Talks. I would like to take this time to try to explain the full story on why the displays at DeVoe Beach, the Indian River Trailhead, and the Sturgeon Corner were removed. The simple fact is they were removed because appointed supervisor Bob Kramer committed a federal crime when he used copyrighted media and claimed this media as his own, and then tried to cover up his crimes by diverting the people's attention away from the crime. He did this by posting a letter from our attorney which asked him to stop using any material that was created by us. Created by is the important part of this letter, and is the part that Bob left out of his posting. Bob's posting reads as follows. Many have asked about the removal of some photos from our website, Facebook page, and township-owned informational kiosks. On November 3rd, 2023, the township was notified by the copyright holder's attorney that the copyright holders were revoking the township's right to use their images. Specifically, the letter stated, please be advised that any prior authorization for the use, reproduction, copying, or any other manner of disseminating photos, videos, or any other media for personal or township use are hereby revoked pursuant to the copyright laws of the United States, Title 17. Unfortunately, the township is required to comply or face a possible claim of copyright infringement. We are working to reproduce and or replace the media as funding becomes available. We are conducting a complete review of our website's photo gallery to determine which photos can be used. We apologize for any confusion about this issue. I believe that the only confusion on this issue is the confusion created by the appointed supervisor, Bob Kramer. I also believe that in omitting this part of the letter, which states created by, Bob hoped that he would be able to justify his ordering the removal of the display images. Jang and I have always said that any photos, videos, or other type of media created by us can be used by asking permission to promote Tuscarora Township and the people and events of Tuscarora Township. The only restriction we've placed on using our works is they could not be used in hit pieces, meaning you cannot use our images to show the people or the township in a bad light. This includes using them within newsletters when you're going after people. In the past, Jang and I have had to send Bob a letter asking him to stop using our photo in his newsletters when he was at the same time telling lies about people of Tuscarora Township in his newsletter. Bob did stop using this photo, but he did it under protest. More recently, Bob created and posted a new Bob Kramer film to his personal Facebook page as well as the Tuscarora Township Facebook page. This was a very well done film, and I think it showed Tuscarora Township in a very positive light. The problem with this was Bob took these video clips of ours and included these clips in his film. Bob did this without our permission or knowledge, and then he claimed these clips as his property. This posting was done in violation of Tuscarora Township policy, which requires the Township Board to have the right or permission to use any media posted on the Township Facebook page or Township website. Because Bob has shown in the past that he would not respect our wishes and used our works without our permission, we were faced with no choice other than hiring an attorney and having a cease and desist letter sent to Bob. When Bob received this letter, he did a couple of things. First, Bob directed a township employee to remove all of the outdoor display images created by Joe Hines from the outdoor area of Tuscarora Township. He claimed that he had to have this done because a liability now existed for the township. He did leave copies of these same display images hanging on the walls of the lobby of the township hall. Bob did not appear concerned about the liability with these copies. The second thing Bob did was to post a copy of the letter from our attorney on the township website to try to justify his action. The letter was a small image, so he also posted a larger edited copy of the letter, which was a total misrepresentation of the intent of our attorney's letter. As of November 24th, this statement is still on the township website. The third thing Bob did was spend hundreds, if not thousands of township dollars with the township attorney trying to cover up his crime. These display images were not created by Pat or Jane McGinnis. They were in fact created by Joe Hines as work for hire and were never part of the cease and desist letter. Jane and I had no standing in regards to these display images. The copyright to these display images has always belonged to Tuscarora Township. On November 16th of this year, Jane and I received a letter from the township attorney which included the following statement. Thanks, Jane. Bob Kramer also wanted me to relay his appreciation for helping to get this resolved. The township will install the items in the kiosks next week when the maintenance supervisor returns from vacation. I find the statement, Bob Kramer also wanted me to relay his appreciation for helping to get this resolved, to either be a joke on Bob's part or just another example of how mentally ill I believe Bob to be. Bob is the only one who created this issue, and I believe that Bob did this to cover his butt. As I stated earlier, Bob's letter of why he had to have the images removed is still on the township website. It appears that Bob will never say he was wrong. Much the same way Bob worked for weeks to have me removed from the Parks Commission, which I still believe was done in an illegal manner, and then after he got his way and had me removed in a closed session that I was not allowed to attend, which is against state law, Bob said that I had his support. Bob also worked for months trying to get the Tuscarora Township Planning Commission abolished when the Township Board voted 4 yeas and 1 nay against the Township's best interest and abolished the Planning Commission. Bob was the one who voted no. Bob drove the issue, and when he got his way, Bob voted no. Bob has a history of this type of double talk, and then wonders why people don't trust him. It is best to watch your back when working with Bob. In closing, I would like to say congratulations to the John Oliver Show and his backing of the Teki Teki for the New Zealand Bird of the Century. Good work, John.